Yuta. Good to see you. Happy early Mother's Day. Today we will use the strap in the beginning and in one pose as we flow. So we'll definitely need a strap, anything that you can use just to hold to open your chest and shoulders. And then a block or two always available, but nothing that's necessary unless you enjoy having those. So we'll wait a few more moments to see if anybody else pops in. It feels like ages since I've seen anybody. Well, I think we'll begin. Definitely going to make sure your strap is close at hand. And I thought we might start standing. That way we can get the blood flowing and focus on starting with the head working down, because they do say in the world of the way the anatomy is, if our jaw is tight, our neck is tight. If our neck is tight, the shoulders, chest, and upper back are tight. So we're going to be working on that kinetic chain all the way down. So let's have at it. Welcome. Namaste. Welcome, Catherine. We will use a strap or something that you can hold on to open today. And then if you have your blocks, but that is not as much a focus as using the strap. And we'll start by coming to the top of the mat, taking the feet about the distance of your hip bones. Let's take a few moments to center by placing the right hand and then the left hand right over your heart. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Take a few moments to connect with the beating of your heart and the breath. Notice if you're gripping your jaw or if the tongue seems very tense. Just allow yourself to take a moment to soften the jaw, relax the tongue. And letting the shoulders settle down. Begin to bring some awareness to your stance, finding balance on both feet. Tailbone nice and long, driving it towards the earth. Heart lifted. And then on your next inhalation, let's draw the arms all the way up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, soften the knees and take a gentle forward fold, allowing your body to hang here. So you can shake out your head a little bit. Notice that there's a lot of tension in the neck. Relax the face muscles. Just take a moment to notice the weight in both feet. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, pressing evenly in both feet. Gently roll your body out nice and easy. And then once you're all the way up, take those shoulders and do some big, big shoulder circles. Lubricating that shoulder socket. And then take it the other way. Connecting that breath, moving with that breath. Standing strong in Tadasana, the mountain pose. Let's take one more. Just let the shoulders drop. Taking the right arm up towards the sky, bend that right elbow, pat yourself. Take your left hand, and we're going to hold on to this knob, which is your elbow, and press it away from you. Instead of hugging it into your head, gently press it away, and notice how the right armpit opens up. Drawing from that center, imagine there's a band from your hip bone to your hip bone, gently, gently tightening. So you want to engage those lower abs. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, slight little lean to your left, pressing evenly in both feet. Still pressing that elbow away. It's like a tug of war with your left hand. On your next inhalation, we'll draw up. Release. Exhale the arms down. Roll the shoulders. Taking this left arm up to the sky, bending the left elbow, patting. Take your right hand, hold on to that elbow, and gently press it away. Drawing from that center, grounding through those feet. Take an inhalation. As you exhale, gentle lean towards your right side, finding even distribution of weight. Just notice how one side can feel so different. And then on your next breath, rise up, release. Let the exhalation drive it down. Roll those shoulders. Taking the hands in front, the knuckles are facing forward. You could take your right thumb over your left, gently draw it away, soften the knees, chin to chest. So there's like a little cat pose. We're rounding that upper back. So we can release any tension that might be between the shoulder blades. And then on your big breath, draw up and flip the hands so the palms drive up towards the sky. Elbows hug into the body. Press through those feet. Lift. Take another inhalation and exhalation here. And then just gently let that go. That's it. Now this time we're going to take the hands behind. So I'm going to turn around. Taking the knuckles towards the sacrum. I'm going to take my left thumb over the right, drawing the elbows in. Just notice that stretch right here, opening through your chest, your heart center. Now on this one, see what it might feel like just to start to move the arms down. You could stay right here, still opening that chest. If you would like to go a little deeper, soften the knees, hinging forward. Let the knuckles flow forward. Notice that lovely stretch. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now notice your sits bones. We want the sits bones to really lift up towards the sky. Take another round of breath here. Now, as you release your hands, we're going to come into Utkatasana, our first little chair pose. So release hands. Let those daggers of your sits bones move back like you're reaching for a little chair. You can check your alignment, knees, somewhat. You can see all 5 toes on each foot. That's it. Draw up to the heavens. Inhale. Exhale a little lower. Now on the next inhalation, rise up. You might even gaze at those fingertips. Exhale. Beautiful. Last thing, using the strap, and then we're going to flow. So taking the strap, just to get a little deeper stretch for your chest. Reminding what Confucius says, wherever you go, go with all your heart. So depending on shoulder flexibility, you can keep the hands closer. If those shoulders are tight and your chest is tight, widen, okay? So we'll just do this 3 times. As you inhale, lift and see how far you can go back. Stop where you feel that stretch. Breathe right into the chest. Tailbone is long. That's it. Now if it feels good and you can bring it all the way around, take it all the way around. Now keeping the hands taut, pulling that strap, you can draw it all the way back to the center. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale up, belly button to spine. Take it to where you feel that little stretch. If it feels good, take it all the way around. Keep that tension on the band. Rise up. Release. If it feels like you can bring the fingers and hands a little closer for this last one, go for it. Moving with breath. Inhale. Take it to that place where you feel that stretch. Take it a little bit more if that feels good. And we'll draw all the way up. As you bring the band, we can remove the band for now. Let's flow down with that breath. Inhale up. As you exhale, lengthen and dive right out over your thighs. Inhale, part way up. Create that nice long spine. Lengthen. Belly button draws in. Exhale. Let's step into our first downward facing dog. Feel your hands. Step back into that first dog. And I invite you to take any movement. Notice how the hips feel. Notice the backs of the legs. And above all, check in with that jaw, because again, the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders all play in the components of our hips and hamstrings. Going back to your sits bones, see if we can broaden and lift those sits bones. Breath. Flowing into your plank, moving with the breath. Inhale into plank. Exhale back into dog. We're going to do that 4 more times. So letting the breath start to bring in that movement a little more dynamically. Not losing what we worked in opening through our shoulders and our chest and the neck and the face muscles. So the breath begins to sound like the ocean. We can bring in that ujjayi, to that audible sounding breath. Beautiful. Now the next time we come into plank, I'm going to actually have you drop the knees and find your tabletop. Breathe. Taking your right hand onto the back of your head. Brace the center. Do a little rotation here. So imagine you're just wringing this out. Inhale, keeping the left arm strong, pressing down. We're going to exhale, bringing the right elbow towards your wrist. Inhale, back up, open. Exhale, rotate. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Now extend this right arm by your ear. Tuck your left toes, and just for fun, see what it feels like to come into your bird dog. Draw from that center, so lengthen. Imagine you're in a tug of war. That's it. Press firmly with that left hand, strong. We'll hold for 5, 4. The left tip is pointing to the ground. 3, 2, 1. Place that right hand down. Keep the left leg up. We're going to play with a little chaturanga push-up here with the leg up. So, shifting the body slightly forward. See what it feels like to hug your armpits towards each other and then press back. That's it. Let's try that 4 more times. So, it's bringing that awareness to the tricep muscle and the chest. You can point your left toes here. Exhale. 2 more times. 1 more time. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Pause. Maybe a few little cat-cows here. Bringing that awareness to engaging that line from hip bone to hip bone. Tightening up our belt, so to speak. And then we'll find neutral. Taking the left hand behind your head. Now add that little twist. Inhale. As you exhale, right elbow is straight as we bring the elbow to that wrist. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now as you inhale up, notice the rotation. We're going to square. Bring this left arm right by your ear. Tuck your right toes. Belly button to spine. Finding that bird dog. Neck is neutral. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That's it. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that left hand down. Right? Oh, actually keep the right leg up because we got to do our chaturanga push-ups. So the idea is to close up this armpit. Elbow draws back, but the shoulder draws back. Here we go. We'll go for 5, or as many as you can do. Exhale when you press up. 4, 3. Be mindful of those shoulders. You want to use that strength of your chest and triceps. 1 more. Beautiful. Release that. Quick child's pose. Release and know this is here for you at any time. But again, as Confucius says, wherever you go, go with all your heart. Notice your breath. Relax your hands. And then on your next inhalation, lengthen out strongly with conviction. We'll come into downward facing dog. Working back to the top, we're going to work into our Surya Namaskar B to build up some heat. So gazing forward, you may step or lightly hop. The best way for you. Once you're there, inhale, create that long spine, draw in. As you exhale, let those sits bones lift. Bending the knees, let's find Utkatasana, our little chair pose. That's it. Let those little sits bones move back. Inhale all the way up with a gentle lift of the heart. Exhale. All right, so 3 Surya Namaskar B. So we'll have Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 in there. Here we go. Inhale into that chair. Exhale, lengthen out. Inhale, partway lift. Exhale, step or jump to your plank position. Now, chaturanga is there for you, but if you need to come to cobra, by all means, same thing like we were doing. Want to get that shift, close the armpits, bend if you're coming to chaturanga. Then you've got the up dog, opening the heart. As you exhale, draw back. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Ground the back foot for Virabhadrasana 1. That's it. As you release, place the hands down. Let's come into our plank position. Your way down. So again, as we build this heat, let the heart shine. We'll meet back. Inhale the left leg up. On an exhalation, stepping forward. Plant the back foot. Warrior 1. On the exhalation, place the hands down. Take it through your vinyasa. Just allow that breath to keep the body flowing and warm. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale out. Broadening, breathing. Building that strength. Checking in with the face, making sure we're not gripping the jaw, the tongue, the neck. Now, the next inhalation, look forward. On the exhalation, step or lightly hop. At the top of the mat, take a breath in, lengthen. Exhale. Bending the knees, let's come back into our little squat, Utkatasana. Pressing through the feet, rise up with that breath. Exhale to mountain. Moving with that breath again. Inhale into Utkatasana. Exhale, lengthen out. Inhale, part way up. Exhale, maybe step, or this time go for a little jump. Take your vinyasa, open your heart. We'll meet back in dog. Inhale that right leg up. Exhale, stepping forward. Plant the back foot, strong. On the exhalation, coming through your flow. That's it, moving with that breath. Meeting back in dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step, plant, rise up with a breath. On the exhalation, flow through that flow. Open. And when we meet back in dog, breathe. As the body warms up, see what it needs. Maybe things are starting to feel better. Letting all that stuff go, the stiffnesses, the stress. Now to get to the top of the mat, you can go differently each time. Step, hop, skip, jump. We'll meet at the top of the mat. Inhale, part way up. Exhale, finding that little chair. Inhaling up. Feeling the strength of the legs. Rise up. Let your heart shine. Exhaling. Find Tadasana. Last time. Moving with that breath. Inhale into that chair. Exhale. Lengthen. Inhale, part way up. Exhale, step or lightly hop. Your flow. Move with that. Meet back in dog. Right leg rises up. Exhale, step. Warrior one. On your exhalation, working your way back into your plank. That vinyasa. As you come back into dog, inhale the left. Exhale, step into that warrior. Feel the power. As you release, take that vinyasa. And we'll stay here in dog. Breathe. Check in. As we warm up and we get more dynamic, check in with that heart rate. Soften. If you need a child's pose, take the child's pose. We are going to work our way back to the top. So choose your way. Take a breath in before you make it to the top. Use your exhalations to step or to hop. Inhale, part way up. Create that length. Exhale. Finding Utkatasana, our little chair. Inhale. Pressing through the feet. Rise up with that lift. And we'll meet back in Tadasana. Take a few moments here, breath. Check in with the shoulders. Relax your hands. That's it. We're going to be playing with a lot of our standing number 4. So before we go through this, adding it in, let's practice it one time. So standing on your right foot, lift your left foot up as high as you can. Cross the ankle over, flexing that left foot. And then you're reaching your bottom back for that little chair. That's it. Take a moment to notice how that left hip feels. Breathe as you send your sits bones back. And get a deeper stretch. We'll hold 5. If you need something to hold on to, that's fine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now gently coming back up. Place that foot down, pause. We're going to try the other side. So grounding through your left foot. Take this right foot up, lift as high as you can, flexing that right foot as you cross over. And let this knee get a nice opening here. Send the sits bones back. Notice the breath. Feel this sigh. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now as you come back up, take it slow and steady. Build that strength. And we'll release that. Breathe. All right, let's move on. So coming back into Utkatasana chair pose. Tidy up the feet. Believe. Inhale into that chair position. Sits bones back. Exhale, lengthen out. Inhale, part way up. Create that pull, that length. Exhale, step into your plank position. All right. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, we're going to take one vinyasa, and then we're moving on your way. Let your heart be your home. As we come up, lift this right leg up, bend the right knee, and let's open up the hip just a wee bit. So gently, gently lifting the hip. Find the balance of weight in both hands. Allow those shoulder blades to draw down the back. Now, bring the right knee over towards your left tricep for just a brief moment. It's going to kind of set us up. So we're bringing it over. But then we're going to place this ankle on the left thigh, soften the left knee, and just gently come into that figure 4. Notice how that right hip might feel. Now, everybody's going to feel this differently. You might be able to straighten the leg and be a rock star. It is okay, and I personally find with a bent left knee, you can actually get a deeper stretch here. That right foot is flexed. Soften the shoulder blades down the back. Take one more breath here. Exhale it out. And then looking between your thumbs, step your right foot forward. Plant your back foot, coming back into that warrior 1. So we might be able to deepen this a little bit more. It's almost like we're trying to rip the mat apart with right foot and left foot. Tailbone draws down. Broaden. Rise up with breath. That's it. Now see what it feels like to backstroke the arms. Now going back to your knuckles. Place the knuckles on your sacrum. Interlace your fingers and take your right thumb over your left. Elbows draw in. You can stay right here. We're going to come into humble warrior. Take an inhalation, and as you exhale, you can keep your hands just like this, or if it's available, let them float up. Belly button draws towards that spine. Hugging this right shoulder close to your right knee. Squeeze it tight. That's it. Grounding through the outer edge of left foot. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as you release your hands, bring your left hand down, but the left foot's going to stay in that warrior position. Rotate. Breathe. So feel that expansion. We'll hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now letting this right hand come down. Pivot on your left foot. Release the left knee. Toes are still tucked. Rise up and pause in low lunge. So check in. We want to make sure the tailbone draws down, the chest is open, and the breath. Now we're going to play with the Gomukhasana arms. If you would like, take the strap. There's nothing wrong with having the assistance because you'll get to try this twice. So I'm going to actually take the strap in my left hand. Okay, I'm going to take my right hand at the left elbow and press it back. Belly button draws to spine and my gaze is forward, heart is lifted. Now the right hand, I'm going to flip and my back of my hand is actually going to be on my back as I inch my way up the strap. Rolling this right shoulder a few times so that I don't want to feel like I'm straining. You'll feel that your hands are very close to your shoulder blades. Now, take your time. Draw from that center And very gently, you might be able to lift your heart. Keep drawing this left elbow slightly away from your side of your face. And breathe. The left hip is moving forward. The tailbone is long. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now gently come back to center. Release your strap for now. Roll those shoulders. Place the hands down. Let's come back into plank position, vinyasa. Exhale. Beautiful. Take a pause. All right, now comes the left leg. So, belly button to spine. Find that balance of weight in both hands. Inhale the left leg up. Bend the left knee and just gently get that hip opener. Notice the breath, the face, the jaw. Now the left knee will be going towards the right tricep. So he's going to take that little crossover. Now we're going to cross this ankle over that right thigh. Bend the right knee and then send the hips back like going into dog. It's like a crouching dog. And you can play with trying to straighten the right leg if that's available, but that doesn't have to be the goal. Mostly to open up through the hips. Because again, there's correlation. If we have tight jaw, tight shoulders, tight chest, we have tight hips. Just take your time. Notice the breath. Beautiful. Now looking between your thumbs, step this left foot forward, plant the right foot. Coming back into warrior one. Just take your time to feel solid in this stance. So, the low ribs. I am a person that seems to walk around with this feeling of opening. But this is not what you want. You want to really close that up and tighten up between those hip bones so you feel solid in that center. Now, we're going to take the hands behind, feel your knuckles. This time, interlace your fingers and let the left thumb be on top. Elbows draw towards each other. So you could stay right here as we hinge our bodies into that humble warrior. So your hands could stay right here. If it's available and you would like to take it a little deeper, go for it. But allow yourself to listen to your breath. Connection. The softness of face. The strength. Now in your next exhalation, we're going to release the bind and place the right hand down. Keep the right foot as it is. Rotate. Left arm. So pressing up and away. Feel your breath. On your next exhalation, we're coming back to center. Pivot on your right foot and let this right knee come down. Toes tucked. We're in that low lunge. And again, if there's any discomfort on the knee, gently pad something. Or even just take your mat and roll it up, okay? Don't want you to feel strained. So the heart, the shoulders. So take the strap this time in my right hand. Again, I was going to check in, tighten, tailbone draws down, bending this right elbow. I'm going to take my left hand at first to kind of press it away. So I want to feel that I've got some space. Now, be kind to your shoulders. If there's any strain, please use your strap to assist. Taking the back of my left hand, I'm going to find my strap and play with this. Take a few shoulder circles with your left shoulder. Because you might notice that it's going to feel different than the other side. When you feel that you've committed to that, gently press this right elbow away, belly button to spine, tailbone long. Breathe, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now as you come back, take your time to first come back. Release that, roll that, draw up, place the hands down, straighten, find your plank, vinyasa of your choice. Moving with that breath. Drawing back. So we're going to take that one more time and add on some balance. Just have fun with it, explore. Worst thing, we fall, but we fall, we learn, we grow, we get back up. All right, here we go. Right leg comes up, bend the right knee. Right knee to your left tricep. Now, bring that right ankle over your left thigh. Again, play with that motion to see what your body needs. Broaden those sits bones. Now, look in between your thumbs. Step, warrior one. You might even get deeper this time. Backstroke, take that knuckles, interlace, right thumb over, elbows draw in. Take a big breath here. As you exhale, humbly bow and breathe. See if maybe get a little deeper, head coming towards the earth. Broaden those sits bones. Explore the pose. Now as you release your hands, the left hand comes down, rotate. So our gaze can go up. Feel that stretch, that reach. As you release, hand down, pivot on the left foot, release. Coming into that lunge. Now this is where we're going to be adding on. Again, you are more than welcome. Use strap. It is perfectly fine. Yes? So find what works best for you. If you don't need the strap, don't use the strap. Maybe this time, got that left elbow up, the right hand comes behind. Opening. All right, so we're going to try to hold on to this bind. This is where it's going to get a little tricky. Now you play with it, have fun with it. So we're going to put our awareness into this right foot. Bringing the body up a little bit so we're not in that deeper back bend. See if you can straighten your left leg. You're on the toes. So we're in that crescent lunge. Now draw those low ribs in, breath. Now you could stay here or play with warrior 3. We're going to shift our weight over that right leg. And see what it feels like to lift this left foot. Breathe. So we're going to be open to possibilities. There's turbulence. Now we're going to come up, standing up, 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 up. Lift this left leg up, 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 up. Breathe. Now I just had a little crash, but ground through that right foot. Lift, cross this ankle, and see what it feels like to send those sits bones back. Focus on breath. That foot is flexed. Now we're going to release the bind. Pause. It's like my safety wall, yes. Breathe. So, taking your left hand at the outer edge of your left foot, just play with coming up, nice and slow. So we're in a standing pigeon, so to speak. Yes, I'm going to turn to you. So ground through that right foot. Broaden, holding on to the outside of this foot. Right hand can come to your hip. So you can stay right here. Or we could challenge by trying to find a half of a happy baby. So you're pulling this leg back. Almost like if you were an archer. Heart is lifted. Breath, grounding through that right foot. That's it. Now you can bring this leg and just cradle it here, or we can come back into that lovely pigeon, that chair pose. So you could stay here and see if you can send your hips back more. I invite you, if you would like to fly, So you could come into your flying pigeon by bringing the hands down, wrapping that left toes around your tricep, and you could play with this. But again, these are not mandatory because there's so many stages. But there's those chaturanga arms, drawing the elbows towards each other, closing the armpits, the breath. So these are just there for if you want to try, good. If you don't, good. It's all good. So wherever we go, go with your heart. And then when you are ready, from wherever you are, we will make our way back up. Breathe, pause, breath. So visualize how that side felt. We'll try the other side. It will be as different as night and day. But go with exploration, the journey. Take another few breaths here into Tadasana. And we'll make our way back to our flowing down. So find that strength, that conviction. Sending those sits bones back. Inhale. As you exhale, lengthen and dive out. Take that deep inhalation as you lengthen your spine. Broaden, open. Exhale. Let's go ahead and step into that plank position. Take a vinyasa. We'll meet back in dog. Inhale the left leg up. Bend the left knee over towards the right tricep. Place that ankle over the right thigh. Gently send it back. The breath. Reconnect. Broaden those sits bones. And then looking between your thumbs, step this left foot forward. Plant the right foot. Warrior one. That place where you feel committed to that place. Taking the hands behind, knuckles against your sacrum, interlace, left thumb is on top, elbows draw towards each other. Take that breath in. As you exhale, coming into position for humble warrior. Left knee draws towards that left shoulder. Just let the face relax, the jaw, the tongue, the shoulders. As you release your hands, place your right hand down, keeping that right foot as it is. Rotation. Now on this exhalation, bring the left hand, pivot the right foot. Bring the right knee down, keeping those toes tucked. The breath. Decide how this is going to be best served for you. The right arm is up. Left hand comes around. So we find that place. So again, just check in with shoulders, heart, tailbone, belly button. So many things to focus on. So as we come into this crescent lunge from this position, draw from that center as you shift the weight into your left foot. That's it. So again, I have to do a little fancy footwork on this side. Let that right hip move forward. And then I invite you to play with shifting the body over the left thigh for that warrior three. So it's almost like there's a string on the right heel. As we come out of this, draw this right leg up, crossing the ankle over, knee drops, foot flexed, finding your chair. Broaden the sits bones. I kind of turn because I like to kind of see where I'm going with y'all. I'm hitting the wall myself. That's it. Now draw this right elbow back. Let this knee be heavy. Breath. Wherever you go, go with your whole heart. Now, as you release the bind, pause here for a moment. Pause here. We're going to take the right hand to the outside of this right foot. drawing up. It's like you're going to bring this heel towards your hip first. So there's that standing pigeon, yes. Now the left hand can come to your hip, playing with this like happy baby or archer pose. That's it. Just notice your breath. The strength of the left leg, the left glute has to really be engaged. Now, you could stay here and just cradle, yes, or we can come back into that little seated pigeon. You can always just stay here, and if you want to take flight, take flight. If it's not there today, no worries. You know, one side's going to feel so different than the other. And of course, I say that 1,000 times because it's so true. And then we'll come back, working our way back up, slow and steady. Build that strength, that focus, that drishti. And we'll make it back to the mountain pose. Pause here. Might even go back to the way we began. Right hand, left hand. Reconnect with that heart. Feel the heart. Feel the breath. Staying connected with your body, which is your home. Let's flow, working our way back down onto the mat for our final poses. So finding that strong Tadasana, bending the knees on the inhalation, Utkatasana. On the exhalation, lengthen out. Inhalation, draw up, belly button draws in. Exhale, let's go ahead and step into downward facing dog. Last dog. Any little movement that body needs in dog. It's a little side to side, whatever feels good. Yogi's choice. And then I invite you to bend the knees down to the earth, and let's take a well-deserved wide-kneed child's pose. So you can pick one big toe to overlap. And just let your heart melt. Release any tension in the low back and hips. Soften the face. Listen to the sounds of your breath. And then on your next inhalation, take your time to walk your hands towards you. Roll your body up. Roll those shoulders a few times. Notice if there's any tension in your neck. Just let it go. And we're going to shift our body over to one hip. Shake out your legs in front of you. And I'm going to have you work your way onto your back, and we are going to come into bridge pose. So I invite you to build strength in bridge, but you always know you can always go restoratively, okay? So planting the feet to come down, so you feel like you've got a good anchor. Imagine that vertebrae by vertebrae, we're going to roll down. You can hold on to your thighs. Just take your time to belly button to spine as you come rolling down, nice and easy. Head and shoulders rest. Now in bridge pose, the feet can be a little closer. And for today's purposes on this first one, let the pinky side of your hand press it to the earth, thumbs up. Take a moment just to get those shoulders underneath, pressing through your feet, especially the heels. Tuck your tailbone and rise up. If you might even be able to scoot a little bit more here, lifting those hip bones. You could stay here or interlace, thumbs pointed to the sky. So finding that place. Wherever you are, if you have the block under the sacrum, that's fine. Just want to keep our heads still here and be very mindful of your neck. Notice the ebb and flow of your breath. If there's somebody that wants to do a shoulder stand during this time or a handstand, this is your time. We are now considered in the upside down world of the yogis. So be where it's right for you. Let's take 5 more breaths. Feel your body. Share the love when you let it go, the peace, the creativity, the calm, the compassion, good health. After your 5th breath, we're going to release the bind. Take your time slowly to bring everything back down and pause. Extend the left leg. Draw the right leg into your chest. You might take a few moments to roll that ankle around. Both directions. Now we're going to play with another little pigeon here. And again, it's going to feel different than the one standing. If it's available, we're going to hold on to the outer edge of your right foot with the left hand. And you might cradle and just draw this leg in a little closer. Now just depending on how your right hip feels, you could take the left leg and let it hover. Curl your body up. Some people have the flexibility to bring this foot all the way over and around. You go for it. But just notice the stretch here. It's so different than when we're standing. Let that hip stretch. You don't even have to have your head up. Your head could be just resting. Just notice how that hip feels. The sacrum is down on the mat. The belly button towards the spine. Now relaxing the left leg on the mat if it's not down. We're going to come into that little happy baby right here. So this is a half of a happy baby. Left hip pressing down. So we're trying eventually to get the ankle, the knee, all on top of each other. But just depending on tightnesses in certain places. It's where we're working towards. It's the journey. Now you could straighten this leg and take the peace figure in the left big toe or use your strap. We're going to guide it over for a little rotation. The right arm can open to the side. Just notice the left hip. You sort of try to get everything stacked. Your gaze could be towards your right hand. Taking your time to come back, draw from that center. You want to take a little stretch right here, one more. And then as you release, just let the leg gently flow down to the mat. That's it. Lengthen it out, relax the foot. Draw the left knee and give it a little hug. Roll that left foot around. And the other way. Beautiful. We're going to come into this lovely little movement again of the pigeon. So you can take your right arm and wrap it around if that's available. Hugging. Right thigh can lift off. And the breath. Notice Notice how this feels here. Relax your face muscles, the jaw, the tongue. And then as you relax the right leg down, the upper body, then you come into that half of a happy baby on this side, letting this right hip be heavy. Drawing this knee towards the earth. And then playing with the extension, you could take the right hand and gently guide it over. This leg could always be bent. Taking this rotation, left shoulder pressing down, lining up those hips. Just let your hands, your shoulders, everything melt, release. On your next inhalation, we'll come back to center. I invite you, if you would like, to get that little added stretch. And then as you release, slowly let this leg float to the earth. Take a moment here. Assess if there's any other little moves your body needs. And then I invite you at this time to make your way into Shavasana. If you have neck issues, you can roll up something. You can even use your block as a pillow. So these are alternatives, because a lot of times if we have that neck is a factor in a lot of our issues, you know, in the neck and shoulders, you could always make a pillow. So find the place that serves you. Allow your body to let go. And then the movement of the breath guides you into that place of relaxation. And I will read to you something to take with you for the rest of the day. Never make your home in a place. Make a home for yourself inside your own head. You'll find what you need to furnish it. Memory, friends that you can trust, love of learning, and other such things. That way, it will go with you wherever you journey. That was a quote by Tad Williams. You can always take it with you. Stay here for another minute or so, just allowing the body, your home. You're more than welcome to stay longer. But if you're ready, we'll slowly bring awareness back into the body by subtly moving the toes and the fingers. If there's any other movement, maybe it's a full body stretch, or removing if you had the block under your head. And then bending your knees to plant the soles of the feet, reconnect again. Right arm could reach up towards the top of the mat, so when you roll to the right side, you have a little pillow for your head. And then guiding yourself up with this left hand, nice and slow and easy. We'll work our way to a place where you can sit to finish your practice. You could stay here and meditate. We'll close by bringing the hands together and placing the thumbs very close to your heart. Remind yourself, wherever you go, go with all your heart. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Namaste.